Peace and love. My name is Bubblesz.
My name is Trinity.
And we are here talking to the beautiful artists that will be painting for the Paint and Sip portion of the Bubbly Therapy open mic this June 28th at Market Bar BK. I'm so excited that you're here with us.
Me too. Me too.
So I really just wanted to do this interview so y'all can get to know the artists behind the artwork. Can you actually show us some of your art now?
Of course. I would love to show you some of my... Here's a sketch I'm working on currently.
Wow.
It's a little some, you know what I'm saying?
Artists are so funny. They'll be like, I just did this in my sleep. It's just gorgeous. Can we see the other artwork that you have as well?
Let me show
we want to
you.
see all the art pieces.
Let's see something completed. So we got a little light code, I like to call these, or soul code. Yeah, so I like to call these little soul codes.
Wow.
You feel me?
So, what inspired you behind these pieces of art?
Yeah, so I am really fascinated with spirituality and different topics within that theme. And, my drawings are definitely inspired by sacred geometry, vibration, and just like the unique energy that everyone and everything has. So when I'm creating these art pieces, I really just think about energy in itself and how it expands, and just use my imagination to add different colors and shapes. I'm also really inspired by like Indian art as well, like mandalas and things of that nature, so I kind of tie that into my art as well. So that's kind of like in a nutshell what my art is inspired by.
Yeah, I definitely see it with the mandalas, and it's like when I look at it, I feel like I can go into a trance. Like, real talk, if I was like on shrooms or something right now, I feel like it would like be poking out at me, probably giving me a message. And I think that's really powerful. Like, I actually just had a vision of like it being like this art curation, like in a space, and like your art just like popping out.
Yeah.
And then I'm leading like plant medicine, and then now we're like going into your artwork, paintings. Remember that we manifested it here first.
No, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. That actually resonates a lot with like the purpose of like why I draw the art in the first place. Like, I really I was talking about soul codes earlier, and like I just feel that every person has like their own unique soul code. So sometimes I feel like this is like different expressions of my soul code, and I just kind of like just free flow with it and just kind of like express that. But because we're all connected, it's like there's certain people that are going to be like attracted to different pieces because their soul code is like kind of like resonating with my soul code.
I love that you said that, because this piece, I was actually gonna like speak to it. It looks like a vagina. And
I didn't do that on purpose either.
But I'm telling you, like, I've been doing a lot of womb healing work right now, and just for a while, but like specifically right now, I'm doing this like really deep womb cleanse, and this is speaking to my soul code right now, because look how she cleansed out our womb. It look nice. You see, this is you know what, this is okay, our womb be all mashed up and traumatized, right? And when we cleanse our womb, this is what it looks like.
Exactly.
This is the after result that the womb looks like when it's healing. I would love for you to paint a before picture of how the trauma looks in the womb. I'm looking forward to that. No, really. So, okay, so I want to know a little bit about your HERStory in art, right? Like, when was the first time that you started painting? Or just creating art in general?
Yes, I started to paint and share my art with the world in 2018. I was just coming out of high school and just thinking about what I wanted for my future after high school, because everybody's talking about like, what college they're about to go to, what they're gonna do after high school, and I just didn't really see college in my future, but I always saw myself doing something artistic. So I was like,
most artists don't.
Come on now. College is not for the weak. Anyways, but
college is not for the artists.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Now they're in.
Yeah. But Yeah, so, you know, once I was like, you know what, I know art is part of my future. Let me just start, you know, with painting. So I just started painting, and I started coming
Real
up
quick,
with,
like at that time, like about how old were you?
I was 2018. I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 17 years old. So I was just like, let me just start painting, and let me just like get these ideas that are in my head out on a canvas. So I went out and I bought some, you know, paint, I bought some canvases, and I just started. And it was a slow starting journey because I wasn't like super consistent. I would just do it from time to time. And also, I would be honest, I didn't really believe in myself that much, like when I first started, because I had the desire, but I just didn't see the full vision. I just knew there was like something in me that wanted to create art and like be creative and, you know, in life moving forward. So yeah, it was in 2018 when I started painting.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So I would like to ask, as you just mentioned, you didn't 100% believe in yourself in the beginning, which I feel like is definitely something that most artists are going to resonate with. Anything all artists probably resonate with. I think that mostly children just believe in themselves with everything.
Real talk.
But after life kind of smacks you, you're kind of like, you know, it's natural is what I'm saying, to have like that self-doubt or something like that. So what do you feel like, what was there, like, okay, what was the moment or art piece that you created that you was like, I does this? I does this. I am an artist. me big artist.
Big art over here. Yeah. You feel me? So that's a great question. The first piece that came to my mind, it's actually one of the biggest pieces that I've done. So it's like on a 60 by 50 canvas. It was a painting of Oshun.
Okay.
And it was just basically like Oshun energy. And it's so funny because literally it's so funny how it ties into this whole conversation. Not only from you, like, you know, doing like womb cleansing and womb healing in this moment right now, which is definitely representative of Oshun energy, but also just about like what I always knew I wanted to do as an artist, and like just basically like interpreting energy in itself. Because I was learning about like African culture and like, you know, spirituality, and Oshun really stood out to me. So I kind of wanted to like, all that energy I was feeling and like how I saw Oshun, I wanted to like put it all together. So like I had like a honeycomb on it, I had a river, I had like green pastures, just to represent like that love frequency and like growth and fertility. And she was also like topless, just to like represent that feminine beauty.
Titties out, ain't no doubt. Let's go.
You feel me? But, you know, and also like she had like brass on, like copper and brass. So I just wanted to really like tie on all these elements that I felt were very like personified Oshun. But I took my time with that, and I actually took it to the river too, and I put some river water on it when it dried.
I love
And that's
that.
like my favorite piece. I still have it in my house, and like I love it so much. I never put it up for sale because I was just like,
Period.
I love this so much. But once I finished it, I was like, oh wow, like
You does this.
Yeah, like I can actually, like, I believed in myself more. I was just like, okay, let me do another piece. Let me like, you know, get more creative and just keep going. And eventually, I want to talk about like recently too, because I came into this style of drawing more recently, last year. And this era of like my art honestly is helping me be more confident as an artist as well, because it just helped me find an avenue of like, okay, this is the energy, like pure energy that I want to embody. Because you have like different deities and different, to me, deities are just energies in itself, and like, you know, from different cultures and different languages and perspectives. But I like going to the purest form of just energy, because it's just all like frequency and vibes. So,
I love that. I love that. Wow, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
No, thank you for asking. That was a great question.
Yes, thank you. You know what? I actually have another question before the other question. The other question I was going to ask you is, how long did that special Oshun piece take you to complete?
Yeah, that's a great question too. I think honestly like a good 3 months.
Wow.
And I was actually consistent with that one. And it took 3 months. I was layering. I did use oil paint too. Okay. And oil takes forever to dry. And I didn't know that when I first started. I was just
I knew that either.
Yeah, I was like, let me just try. Like oil paint sounds nice. Let me just try it. And I started doing it, and it was not dry the next day. It wasn't dry the next day after that. It took like 3 or 4 days to dry. So I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
So we got to take our time. But it definitely taught me the lesson of patience and also just trusting the process, because when you don't see the full, like you see the full picture in your mind, but it's like taking so long to get it complete, you know, as you're adding piece by piece, layer by layer, you know, cleaning lines up and adding different symbols and things of that nature. So it was definitely a while, but it was worth it. It taught me to like take your time with certain things, because at the end you're actually going to come out with a result that actually like is more favorable.
Wow, I love that energy. And you know, talking about Oshun and the womb, right? What I just imagined, what just came to me really is like, okay, you know, like in the tarot, like the pentacles represents the earth, right? And what you just mentioned is that it's taking a while, right? And the thing is with like pentacles, pentacles can represent like years, real talk, right? And what's interesting about that is because if you look at the beauty of a tree, right? A tree didn't just like, you know, it started off as this small little seed, and then it didn't just like plant into the dirt and then you watered it a little bit and then it became this huge tree. It's like consistently nurturing and giving it love and sun and healing energy, and slowly it started to sprout a little bit, got some leaves, got a little blossoms, and then it became a tree. But it took years, you know, and like that representation I feel like resonates or really connects to like what you just mentioned about it taking months and you being consistent with it and learning patience from it and consistency, and then seeing, like, I believe it's always magical as well when you turn an idea, which is like air energy, and then you ground that idea into the reality to make it magic for both yourself, healing, and you know, and others.
No, definitely. And I love that analogy too, because I feel like nature is such a great teacher. Like, you can look at a lot of things in nature and really just like learn a lot about not only just like our expansion and our growth process as humans, as spirits and human bodies, but also just about life in general, just, you know, how life works and the truth of life, the truth of us, and
the tree of life.
The tree of life.
So what can participants of the Paint and Sip at the Bubbly Therapy open mic expect to paint with Trinity?
Yes. So what I have planned for us is to create an art piece that starts in the center and expands outward to fill the entire page. Much like how I do my drawings, I like to start in the center just so that we can really get that experience of expansion while we're creating the art. And we're going to expand through different colors and different shapes that resonate with our emotions, because the theme of this event is emotional release. And to allow everyone to release their emotions in the most authentic way, I want to give people the freedom to use whatever colors, whatever shapes that feel like emotional release in their own personal experience, so that by the end of the art experience, we all have something different, yet we all kind of had a similar journey as we started in the center and just expanded out into, you know, the full page. So that's what I have planned. I'm excited. Yes. I can't wait to see what people create. And yeah,
I'm so excited about this because y'all, like, it's so magical, because when I spoke with Trinity about doing the art piece, I like totally gave her the freedom, like, you know, and just told her the theme is releasing through the arts, right? Emotions releasing through the arts. And when she told me this idea, I'm like, girl, yes. Like, girl, yes, because I'm all about freedom and customization. So you being who you are and you being able to show up in whatever art form that, you know, resonates with you. And for instance, like using whatever colors resonate with you. Like I know for me, any type of paint and sips that I had, like if they was using blue and red, I was using pink and purple. And it was just because I wanted to make it me, you know, like I didn't want to stay inside a box. And then for those of you who may want to just have kind of a bit of a structure, that's the reason why we have an art teacher here to help and guide you, you know, because I just thought that it would be amazing for y'all to work with an amazing artist, and Trinity was the first person that came to my mind. And you already know, big up the Oman energy, because you got to. So definitely get your tickets. Tickets are $10. Paint and sip is $30, and no, they are not separate. So if you decide to buy a ticket and later on at the event you would like to do the paint and sip, you just pay an additional $20. No, you can paint with Trinity, and it's going to be really an amazing time and magical experience. So that's all that I have for me. But is there anything else that you would like to share before you drop your socials and what you have going on and where people can find you?
Definitely. I actually want to just encourage everyone to just create. Like, even if you feel like you are not necessarily an artist because you don't draw, or you feel like you can't draw, like I really encourage people to just create. Like, get some pencils, get some markers, some crayons, maybe some paint if that's what you're feeling, on your own time with us, whatever you feel called to do, and just really just release like your own expression, because I feel that it's very liberating, it's very empowering. And art is expression. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be, you know, like what you have seen, because we're all going to create something that is unique to us. And that was like the whole point of this idea. I really wanted people to really see how they could create something that's very personal and unique to their own energy, their own expression. So I encourage people to just create.
I love that. So like basically you're leading a class for people to draw their own soul codes.
Literally.
Legit.
I didn't even peep that, but
Full
yes.
circle back around.
Yes.
Let's go. I love this.
Yes.
I'm like, damn, I gotta figure out if I can have a canvas over there and I could like run in and out or something. Like,
no, I
literally.
that.
We gonna figure it out. I'll have like, don't touch the bubbles one. All right, cool. All right, that sounds great. So where can people find you and what do you have going on?
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Instagram at Loads of Lotus. You can also find me on YouTube at the same handle. And you guys can also stream my music on SoundCloud at Lady Lotus. And also my TikTok is Loads of Lotus. So everything is Loads of Lotus except for my SoundCloud, which is Lady Lotus. And right now, I am actually working on a music project. I'm dropping some projects really soon, and there's a big project coming up in the summer. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you for having me. This was a beautiful interview. You asked me some really good questions.
Thanks. I got this journalism thing going on. We Bubbly love you so much. And this was an interview with Trinity, aka Lady Lotus. And speaking on the Bubbly Therapy open mic, June 28th, 5 p.m. at Market Bar BK. We're going to have some fire tunes. You already know I'm going to also lead somatic movement, some dance therapy. So we're going to have the art therapy. We're going to have the dance therapy. Okay? We're going to have the poetic therapy. Okay? We're going to have the music therapy. And that's the reason why I call it Bubbly Therapy, because it's going to be real bubbly. Like, and I'm all about customization and fun, because I think that therapy should also be fun. Therapy shouldn't be a thing that we kind of like don't look forward to. Maybe we don't connect with the same therapies. So, okay, some people may be gravitated towards like speech therapy, like speaking about their problems. And then there are others who may just want to draw it out. There are others who may just want to dance it out. There are others who want to do music it out, right? And that's the reason why I named this event like Bubbly Therapy, because yes, bubbles, because and like the word bubbly in general means charismatic, happy, right? I think that we should be happy to create therapy for ourselves and have creative types of ways in therapy and also customization type of therapy. So that's the reason why this is the name behind it, and I really encourage you all to come through. This is going to be an ongoing series. Like, we gonna be international, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Like, remember I said it here. Okay, like manifested things them. Okay, so I bubbly love y'all, and definitely it's gonna be a special event. So I'll see you there. Peace.
Later.